welcome back to Deep It with me, your good sis Kate. Yes, today we're talking about the most popular siblings in the Bible, sons of the most famous couple in the world. Who's the couple? Adam and Eve. And who's their youths? Cain and Abel. So let's get into the story that went viral and made them the world's most talked about siblings. Cain and Abel, or as it is in the Quran, 𝐦𝐨𝐫𝐿 and 𝐦𝐨𝐵𝐿. This ain't really about Adam and Eve. We'll cover them in another episode. So let's start at the end of their story and beginning of the boys. So Adam and Eve got cast out of the Garden of Eden. No notice, no eviction, because they was disrespectful and disobedient. Approximately 2 years after they got banished from the Garden of Eden or whatever, Eve's belly starts growing. Cain came first and Abel came soon after. Or according to the Torah, Hebrew translation, Cain and Abel were actually twins. Whereas in the Quran, Arabic translation, Cain and Abel both had twin sisters. Pause. Remember that most religions have the same story, just different versions. So Abel is a keeper, a shepherd keeping the flock. And Cain was a keeper of the ground, a farmer, a fieldsman. The problem came when they were gifting offerings and Abel was given what he deemed worthy, paying tithes, the 10%. And when time would come for Cain to sacrifice, he would give the bare minimum. He didn't really want to, his heart wasn't in it, he didn't want to give. But it's not by force, that's not how God works, but naturally, God favoured Abel. Not even because of how much or what he gave, but his intent behind it. If it's easy to give away, it's a donation, it's not a sacrifice, because you're not missing out or losing anything. You following me? You're following. Alright, let's deep it. You see, when Cain found out that God was really checking for Abel, he rated him different level to him. When Abel comes through and God's like, man, like Abel, in my image, what's going on? I already know because I'm all knowing, but you good yet? Got my grace yet? Abel, love Abel. But when Cain pipes up and he's like, God, it's been a minute. God's like, ah, you cool, yeah? Yeah. And then Abel, Cain is reeling. He's upset because he already felt like Abel was his parents' favourite, despite his father making sure to praise and encourage both of the brothers equally. So he's in his feelings and he's sulking, but he says nothing until the next sacrificing time comes around. And Cain's motive is to mash up the relationship between his brother and God now. Basically, he tells his brother, you're doing too much, you're trying too hard, it's embarrassing, like, stand up. Why are you giving all that to God all the time? He doesn't even need it. Me, I'm gonna bring one bag of dried fruit, Tesco value, not even Marks and Spencer. Some expired thing that was ready to dash away. I'm never gonna eat it. But Abel was not going for it. He wasn't gonna fall for that okie dokie. You do your thing, I'm gonna do mine. So Cain's thinking, nah, not again. You're gonna try and style me in front of God. So he tells his brother, hey, let's go for a walk, yeah? You go for a little stroll down. Go on, let's have a little. Next thing, Cain's walking home alone. So Cain's bopping home alone now after this walk with his brother. And God's like, Cain, where's Abel? Obviously, God knows, let's not move mad and then question him. But you know, like when a kid steals and you see the chocolate cake over their mouth and on their clothes, but you still ask them, where's the cake? Did you eat my cake? Did you steal it? Did you take that? But you can see it, you know, but you're gonna ask them. That's what God's doing, isn't it? Because we're not on this level. We're used to it. Even knew and he's thinking, anyway, let me not give it away and let me not skip ahead, let me jump ahead and tell you the consequences. Imagine Cain's response though. Cain's actual response to God. Direct quote, no allegedly. Genesis 4:9. He says to God, am I my brother's keeper? I don't even disrespect my elders, much less God. This bright. Now I'm reading this, so I may be taking it out of context. I was local, but I wasn't in the area. So I never actually heard his tone. But who's this guy talking to? God. My God. Our Father. who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. No. But anyway, that's what he said. So we're on earth as it is, right? But Cain was led into temptation. So God says back to Cain now, Genesis chapter 4 verse 10. Genesis 4:10. Yeah? 4:10, you got it. He says, Cain, what have you done? Your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. And Cain was cursed from that moment on. Anything he ever reaped was not to be sown. You could plant how much seeds you feel like planting. Nothing will grow of it. And you bad you're gonna be a restless wanderer of this earth. Cain started begging God. All the chest that Vimy had earlier had now deflated about, am I my brother's keeper? He complained that the punishment was too unbearable and he'd likely be killed. God said, nah, that's not the case. Anyone who kills you will suffer a vengeance 7 times over. Then the Lord of Lords put a mark on Cain that no one who found him would kill him and sent him to the land of Nod. That's east of Eden, second left after the McDonald's, opposite the optician. So, important to add, while Cain got banished to the land of Nod, he found a woman out there and they got married. So she must have been roaming Nod with him. I don't know what the appeal was, but they had a son, and their son was Enoch. Hey, Enoch, from the book of Enoch. Everybody know Enoch. He's an OG. Enoch. This youth's got his own book. This is grandson of Adam and Eve, the most famous couple in the Bible. Yeah, you of the most well-known brothers, Cain and Abel. Unfortunately, he weren't Abel's you, because we all prefer Abel because he weren't a brother killer. But the third generation of the world, and this you Enoch ended up having his own book. So there's the Bible and there's parts about Enoch in the Bible, but Enoch's got his own sin thing going on. And it makes sense when you read the book of Enoch, because Enoch gets certain privileges that man today would never get. Trust me. Enoch gets the opportunity to meet angels of different ranks. Enoch gets taken out of this dimension where we're all living in and taken to the heavens to see what it's like after life. So he sees, like, I don't want to patronize it and I don't want to give it away, but he basically sees heaven for the good people, heaven for the really good people, heaven for the prophets, and then you understand, he gets to see like different level angels, what their position and their job roles and titles are. Do you get me? Like, Enoch gets insight that we as regular humans, I don't think Jah's gonna give us man on earth now that kind of sitting. Yes, either you do good and go heaven, or you just fail the test and rebirth or go to hell. I don't know. Different people feel different things. I ain't died yet, so where's the wood? Do I have wood in here? I ain't died yet, so I can't tell you what happens after life, and I'm not gonna even try get into that. But Enoch, and then let me give you some more tea and juicy bits. Adam and Eve, now the parents of Cain and Abel, they ended up having another son named Seth. And Adam said, Genesis 4:25, God has granted me another child in the place of Abel since Cain has killed him. Right, let me give you a quick 2 cents on the situation. I feel like when you have multiple children, be it 2 or more, showing them the exact same attention isn't always helpful. Example, we're all different as adults and children. So you might have a child that's more touchy-feely, likes cuddles, like kisses, like hug up and snuggle, whereas your other you might be more hyper excited, likes to talk, so they want you to listen, they want you to speak back and reassure them and affirm them, and they want conversation. So each person has a different love language. It was mentioned earlier, if you was listening, that Cain felt like his father favoured Abel despite the dad giving them the same amount of encouragement. That's because everybody perceives things different and we all have different love requirements. Now, I'm not saying that their dad not giving them the love that they needed and the way that they needed it made him kill his brother. I'm not saying that. But being mindful can avoid resentment between siblings, and that's the message that I definitely wanted to push out today. So even if it's not your children, if you've got nephews, if you've got nieces, like, boy, even your parents, when you love them, try not to just have a generic love. It's not a factory where you give out love in this shape and this colour and this size and this consistency, this weight, this try and give love that people need or you think that they need, if you have it in you, because you yourself wouldn't want to be loved the exact same way as everyone else. So you getting me? Are you thieving it? You're overstand good. Gotta get out of here, got things to do. The point I'm trying to make is being mindful can avoid resentment and sibling rivalry. Oh, Cain was just about you. I don't know, I'm speculating. Encourage your children to be close, and if you or any of your brothers and sisters have a little bit of a hopefully take this as a chance to bridge that gap, implement some forgiveness, some grace before they take you for a walk. Yeah, and then you have to come to God like, am I? Sisters gave my brothers, oh God. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, put your opinions, your morals that you got from the story down below in the comments. Do me a favour, share this with 3 people that you think would resonate with it. I love you guys. I'm gonna see you in the next episode. Bye.